Hey, this is Aaron with Scalability. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a calendar. So once you get into your dashboard here, we click on settings in the bottom left corner. And then if we scroll down here on the left side menu, you'll see calendars. If I click on calendars here, it's going to bring you up to this section. And then right here in the middle, blue button or top right corner, either one, you can click create a calendar. Now you'll see here, there are multiple types of calendars. There's a simple calendar, which will replace Calendly and things like that. So if you've been used to using Calendly, this is what you want, simple calendar. If you have a sales team where you have multiple salespeople and when somebody calls you, you want it to book on this person's calendar, and then the next time somebody calls in, it books the other person. The next time somebody calls in, it books somebody else. This round robin allows you to essentially take leads and send them to a different salesperson each time. And then there's class bookings for doing like a bunch of people in one, or collective bookings. So right now, I'm just going to show you how to do the simple calendar because it's what most of you are going to use. So if I click simple calendar, it's going to allow me to add a name. And then you're going to add a custom URL. So it's going to say widget / bookings / whatever you want to put in here. If it's already taken in the World Wide Web, it will say this: the slug's already taken, because you don't want to put discovery call and have it go to somebody else's calendar and they get your lead. So it's going to make sure that you have one that is specific for just yours. It can be anything, but essentially it's going to make sure that you don't overlap with something else out there. The meeting duration, you can set this at whatever you want, and then you can check your availability Sunday, Monday, Tuesday just by toggling them on or off. And then here you can set your times and then confirm. And this will actually, that's all it needs to do to create your calendar. If I go ahead and preview the calendar, it's going to show you what this looks like right here. Okay, this is the way it shows up when somebody clicks on your link. So if I go back here, I'm just going to close this for right now. And you can see here now, we're in that calendars on the left, and now we have one calendar that's showing up. Now, if we click on these three dots to the right, here you can grab the permanent link and the scheduling link and embed code if you want to actually put it on a website somewhere else, or if you want to duplicate it or edit it. So if I want to send somebody a link where it's like, hey, schedule some time on my calendar, and I don't want to put it on a website, I can just grab the permanent link and then send that to somebody. And when they click on that link, it's going to take them directly to a screen like this where it shows the calendar, okay? So the next thing is, how do you edit it? Because that basically grabbed a Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and then set it up as a 30-minute event. But if I click on edit now that it's there, we can actually do some more things to it to make it more custom, add some more details. You can take payments and everything else. So when you click on those three dots and click edit, you'll see here on the left, meeting details, availability. And you see here, the availability will let you do different availability for each day and multiple availability, to where if I want to say I'm available from 8 to noon, and then I'm also available from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. So now on Tuesday, it's going to show the availability from 8 to noon and from 1 to 5. So you can really dial in the times that are available here, right? You can make it a recurring meeting, and you can set it up. The intervals are going to be the space in between the times that show up as available. So if I go up here right now, you see it says 4 and 4:30. If I click on one of these days, it's showing 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30. That's this meeting interval. So if I change this to say 15 minutes and save it, then I can go and refresh this screen. And now it's going to show 3:45, 4, 4:15, 4:30. So it's showing the availability every 15 minutes. Okay, so this meeting interval is the time that's going to show available on the calendar. Meeting duration, of course, is how long the meeting is set for, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever. Minimum scheduling notice. I like to say a minimum of 4 hours. What this is it's saying if somebody gets a link to my calendar, they can't book a call with me in 30 minutes or an hour from now. It's going to make them wait at least 4 hours before they can book something. I like to have at least 4 hours. That way, if I'm getting ready to walk out the door to go out to dinner or a movie with my wife or my kids midday because I just feel like going and doing that, then I can do that. And even if I get a notification as I'm walking out the door, I've got 4 hours before I have to be there. So that's what that is, that minimum scheduling notice. The date range, this is actually saying how far out can they book. So if I look at the calendar here, right, it's showing the whole month of November has available days on it. But if I go back in here and I say date range, you've got new leads coming to you. You want them to book a time within 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days. This is where you would put that. So if I say 10 days and click save, now I go here and refresh the calendar. It's only going to show from today, Friday, through the next 10 days of availability to where they have to pick one of these days. That way somebody doesn't book a call 2 or 3 weeks out and then they forget to show up to it because it was so far away. Okay, so that's how you would kind of dial in your availability right here in this. Maximum bookings per day, buffer time in between meetings, things like that. You can actually click forms and payments and confirmation page. You can say you want this default thank you message and just write whatever you want in here, or you can redirect to a URL and you can send them somewhere. So let's say somebody comes to your calendar, books a time slot with you, and when they click book and they submit that time, you want it to automatically take them to your website so that they can learn more about you. You would put that URL right in here and click redirect URL. Okay. Now, up here on the meeting details, one of the first things you can do is you can actually add a logo. So if you click here and upload, let's say, we'll grab a logo. We can put it here like this. Scalability demo calendar. You can write a description, anything you want in here. And then if we scroll down, you can actually give it a title, give it a color, and of course, just save as you're going through things. Now, over here on the left side, you'll see connections. Here you can link it to a Google Calendar. So if you have Google or Outlook or something like that, you can watch our video on the integrations and it will show you how to integrate your Google account to Scalability. And then your Google account will show up right here in the dropdown. Now, when you click your Google Calendar, it's going to say it's going to check that calendar to make sure that it's not getting in the way of something else that you have on your calendar before somebody can book. Now, the next thing you're going to see is when you click a calendar, it's going to ask you if you want one-way sync or two-way sync. And I say one-way sync because one-way sync means Scalability will look at your Google Calendar and check for things, and then it will put bookings from Scalability onto your Google Calendar. A two-way sync means it will also, anything you put on your Google Calendar will also get put inside of Scalability onto your Scalability calendar. So I typically want things going out to my Google Calendar, but not into my Scalability calendar. One-way sync will keep it in Scalability and sync it out to your Gmail without bringing anything else in. So if I click save on this, and then I go out to this page again, refresh it, we've added the logo and we've added a description, kind of shows up right here underneath. So this is pretty versatile. It'll let you design it out and make it a little bit more than just a basic booking link, if you will, right? And then if we take this and we come back out here, I'm going to close this. And then if we do an embed code, you could actually embed this code directly onto a website page. And that way you could design the whole website page around it. Now you only need the embed code if you're going outside of Scalability to build your website pages. But if you're going to build your website page inside of Scalability and you're going to add the calendar to it, then a calendar will pop up as just one of the elements that you can add to your web page. So you can start a new website or a new funnel, make one funnel step. You can make your domain point to that funnel step, and then you get in there and you can put like a nice background in it and then pick the calendar, and it will put this calendar directly on that web page So then you say go to fastscalability.com/book now, and it takes them directly to your calendar instead of having to share this permanent link. But that's just a way that you can start embedding that into your funnels. And I'll go into that more in depth when we start getting into the funnel building and website building section of all of our how-tos. So look at those videos for that, and then get your calendar set up, replace Calendly and Activity, and get all of it into one place. That way we can start triggering automations, because that's what we're going to dig into next. Thanks for your time. See you on the next one.